But there's also, unfortunately, a lot of people who have bought all these products and, thought they were using them correctly, only for them to end up in like the supplement junkyard. You have cabinets full of these products that you've accumulated over the years, and it's almost like they never worked. This is episode number 312 of the Life, Strength, and Health podcast. I'm Kim, and I'm joined with Jamal.
Greetings, everyone.
And
peace and blessings.
Yes, and thank you for joining us this episode. In this episode, we're going to discuss some reasons why your supplements may not be working for you. But before we dive into that, this episode is brought to you by Wellivate. And Wellivate is an invitation-only online health dispensary. And with Wellivate, you can create an account in minutes and gain access to thousands of high-quality nutraceuticals right at your fingertips. We love using Wellivate with our existing clients because it gives them convenient access to the products that they need. And if they need something specific while working with us, we can drop it in their account and also give them instructions on how to consume the product. To create your free account, just go to lifestrengthandhealth.com/wellness. And I will also list that on the show notes page as well, which is lifestrengthandhealth.com/312. So now let's segue into this week's organic food for thought. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the power of the pivot. And it's important to remember when you're on your health journey that there will be ups and downs, and there'll be times when you need to course correct. And this is all part of your journey. And one of the things that's helpful in getting through those tough times is not to compare your journey to someone else's, something that you saw online. And a lot of times when people share their story or you see the success stories, they're not sharing their whole journey. They're sharing the end result. So it's important to remember that your goal that you want to accomplish should be the driving force, and the how, that's where we assist people with that. The times to course correct, the times to change up a program, to try something new. And sometimes you need the motivation just to keep going. So just remember the power of the pivot, of course correcting, trying to find a new way, but not giving up. Because when you give up, that's when you're quitting. So now let's segue into the episode. And in this episode, we're going to talk about why your supplements may not be working for you. According to Grandview Research, Inc., the global dietary supplements market size is projected to reach $230 billion by 2027. So the natural health industry is becoming more mainstream and more people are joining it. And there's many pros and cons to this. And there's companies out there that provide great products. And there's companies that you can clearly see that they're just trying to capitalize on this major boom in the natural health industry. And based over our years of experience, there's so many people that we have seen that have benefited from living a natural and holistic lifestyle, taking supplements and things of that nature. But there's also, unfortunately, a lot of people who have bought all these products and thought they were using them correctly, only for them to end up in like the supplement junkyard. You have cabinets full of these products that you've accumulated over the years, and it's almost like they never worked.
Yeah, part of that process with the industry becoming so big is that when a lot of these major corporations get their hands on products, they have very good marketing teams. So they're able to market and reach people in a way that a lot of the smaller companies that may be a lot better with higher quality products, they don't reach as many people. So you get a lot of people that are buying supplements because of trends. Right. So if we look at trends, there's always the next new and latest supplement that is supposed to, heal all, cure all. There's always, like, every season, there's some supplement that everyone is using. And sometimes, they're really good. And then other times they're not so good. It all depends on the trends. And we'll talk to a lot of clients who will run down supplements that they're taking, but then when I ask why they're taking them, they don't know.
Right.
They don't even know because they bought it during a trend. The trend's over, they continue taking it and they're not sure. And it's just like, well, I just thought that this was healthy for me. So we want to kind of peel back the layers of understanding, because there are certain things that are just necessary. They've been, tried and true. They've been tested. They're always going to be good. But the trending things usually come in and out. Like, you don't have to jump on board with every new trend of supplements. There's no need to try them, So we just want to really get into that level of understanding so that you won't waste your money. And when you're buying supplements, you're actually buying them with purpose.
So we're going to just discuss a few reasons why your supplements may not be working for you. The first reason is poor quality. This is a common one that we see when clients come into the office. And as Jamal said, he'll ask them what supplements are they taking. And sometimes when they work with us, if they already purchased a supplement, we may incorporate it in their program. Why duplicate what you already have? But a lot of times when they bring in their supplements, we can see that they're synthetic, or the ingredients that was used maybe were not the greatest, or that the supplement was highly processed. So quality of the supplement really matters.
It does. I think one important thing to understand is that where you buy your supplements matters. Pharmacies, for example, like a pharmacy, they're good at drugs, prescribed drugs and over-the-counter drugs. They're good in those areas, but they're not good with supplementation. So you usually don't want to buy your supplements from a pharmacy. You want to go to health food stores who specialize in understanding the natural products, the supplements. They have a better understanding, so they're going to take more care in what they buy. The pharmacy is more about, okay, we know that we have a population that they're not too happy about having to take pharmaceutical drugs. So we're going to make sure we have a couple of natural products on the shelf that are high selling products to make sure that we can accommodate those and we don't miss out on those particular sales. So if you're, at your local pharmacy and you're, picking up your drugs, or that is the place where you get your prescribed medicines and they have vitamin C there, you're going to get that. But the difference there is the quality of the vitamin C, the dosage of the vitamin C. So you're not going to get superior health products from your pharmacy. You're not going to get it from your grocery store. You want to make sure that you're getting it from a source that specializes in these things.
The next reason is that you're maybe taking the wrong supplement. And as Jamal mentioned, sometimes you can get caught up in the trends. This is the latest and greatest, and this has helped so many people with this health challenge they may be experiencing. And it's easy to get caught up in the hype, but it's important to know why you're taking a supplement, and that will help you to avoid this.
Right. I think the more that you can drill down on the specifics, the higher chance of something working better for you. Like if you just take something because you heard that it was good and you heard that it was healthy, or your friend got good results, there's no guarantee to that approach. The more that you know, the better it's going to be. Like if you're working with a practitioner, or if you got some type of exam or testing and you've been told that you're weak in certain areas or deficient in certain areas, then it makes sense. If you've been told that you have some type of imbalance where you know that this is going to directly help to feed, nourish, and rebalance your body, that's different. But just to take something because you heard that it was healthy, you're not guaranteeing that that's what you need. And if you don't need it, it's not going to have any real benefit for you.
So the next reason could be that you're taking them incorrectly. And this kind of goes back to maybe working with a qualified health practitioner to help you avoid this common problem.
Yeah, what you have to understand is that when you're taking a supplement, depending on what it is, if it's a food supplement, right? If it's really concentrated food, then your body is going to recognize it as food. But when you take something that is isolated, most of the time your body isn't going to recognize it as food by itself. So when you take it by itself, your body isn't going to absorb it properly or see it for what it really is. So there's certain products that need to be taken with food in order to properly digest them. There's certain products that need to be taken on an empty stomach in order to process them. There's certain products that you need to take in a certain way for your body to process them. For example, vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. So to consume vitamin D with foods that contain fat, have a fat element to them, or having fats with your meal and then taking the vitamin D, your body is going to absorb that better. There are certain supplements that are better to take in the morning as opposed to the evening and so forth. So you want to make sure that you're taking them the right way to get the most benefits out of them.
The next reason may be that you're not taking enough. When you're taking supplements, depending on when you're taking them or why you're taking them, there's sometimes you want a mega dose, and then sometimes you want to take what the bottle suggests. And it's important to know when that time is for you when you want to achieve your health goals.
Right. One thing that I think is important to understand is how dosages and labels work. So most of the time when you buy a supplement, when you read the recommended suggested amount, that is usually maintenance. What you take to maintain good health, not to rebalance your body and to necessarily achieve it, but how to maintain it. So sometimes what you're looking at is not nearly enough of what you need. Something also to consider is that the average supplement that is out there is based on a 150-pound white male. It's important to understand that because you have to make adjustments. So, for example, if you are 250 pounds and one capsule is for a 150-pound person, then you know that you have to make adjustments to that portion size. So all of those little things matter in how much of something that you're taking. When you're ill, you're going to need a lot more of something, depending on what it is, of course, than when you're not ill. For example, vitamin C. When you're ill, your body needs more vitamin C, and your body doesn't make vitamin C on its own. So you need to take more vitamin C than you do for maintenance. People are taking extra vitamin C now during this kind of COVID period that we're in because they want more protection in their body. So you also have to know when to scale up and scale down your supplements.
The next reason could be poor digestion. And one of the things that we're always saying is you are what you digest. And no matter how expensive your supplement is, if you're not able to digest and assimilate the nutrients, then you're never going to receive the full benefit.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most important things here because your gut bacteria is everything, right? If you don't have enough friendly flora, a nice robust microbiome in the gut, you're not going to properly absorb your nutrition. So a lot of times, because people have poor quality absorption, they're not absorbing nearly anything from their supplements. So you're taking these supplements and you're not getting from them what you need. And also, I think it's important to understand that if your gut bacteria isn't balanced properly and you have too much bad bacteria, there's certain pathogenic bacteria that thrives off of vitamins and minerals. So we know that there is, or it's common talk that there is bad bacteria that feeds off of sugar. We know that. So we know that too much sugar is going to feed the bad bacteria, but there's also bad bacteria that feeds off of vitamins and minerals. For example, there's a bacteria that feeds off of iron. So you can have a iron deficiency and you're taking, isolated iron, trying to up your iron levels, but meanwhile you're not absorbing the iron, so your iron isn't levels aren't moving, but you're increasing this bad bacteria inside of your gut. So now you're creating another problem. So if the bacteria is off in your gut, which is going to affect your absorption, that could be a major reason why you're not getting the proper absorption from your supplements.
And the last reason that we wanted to share why your supplements may not be working is that you may be addressing your imbalances out of order. This is something that we talk about a lot, and why we suggest or recommend having a consultation with a health practitioner to just help simplify the process for you so you take the guesswork. Jamal mentioned in the previous point of taking iron, if you have an iron deficiency, but your gut flora is out, and how iron may feed some gut flora. If you didn't know that and you kept buying the iron and consuming it, but your iron levels aren't budging, you have the stress of that, and you're feeding the bad bacteria, it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot at the same time. So why not take that guesswork out and just get the clarity that you need?
Yeah, another example of that would be like in the herbal area. A lot of times people will feel that they need to detoxify their liver, for example. So they're taking herbs and supplements to help to nourish and detoxify their liver, but they haven't addressed their colon, and their colon isn't flowing and moving the way that it's supposed to. So what you're taking for your liver is not going to be effective, and it actually can have a negative effect on you if your colon isn't properly cleansed and nourished.
So those are a few reasons why your supplements may not be working for you. It's important to consume good quality supplements and nutraceuticals. It's important to take them correctly, and it's important to digest them properly.
Yes, I think that the most important takeaway about this whole thing is that supplements are just that. They supplement the diet. They shouldn't be your primary source of nutrition. Like when you think about nutrition, you shouldn't think about my supplements. That shouldn't come to mind. And that's what comes to the average person's mind. But understand that you're getting your nutrition from food, high quality, nutrient dense food, and a variety of it. That's the best way to absorb and saturate your body with high quality nutrition.
And I will say one thing to avoid is a lot of times people may have digestive issues. Instead of addressing the gut imbalances, they want to supplement the nutrients that they're not eating. And like you said, it goes back to food and flora, getting your nutrients from food as much as you can get from food first. That is the key to sustaining your health. And it's actually more cost effective than buying all of these supplements.
Right. And you can never reach the same level of health. And you bring up a good point with just your flora in general. High quality foods, a variety of high quality foods, and a very robust gut flora is the key your flora absorbs nutrition. Your flora actually creates vitamins and minerals inside of your gut. So the more robust your flora is, the more vitamins and minerals you're going to create and absorb. Like, that's the best thing that you could do for your health. When it comes to supplementation, you shouldn't be taking a lot of supplements all the time, right? There may be times where you need to take certain things, but it shouldn't be all the time. You want to try to get your nutrition to a point where your supplementation is minimal. And then when you do have a nice variety of supplementation, they should be more food-based things. For example, like medicinal mushrooms, right? You could take a lot of medicinal mushrooms, and that's food in a sense. Or like sea moss, for example. You want to make sure that you're rotating in high quality food supplements, but they're just that, food. We want to try to move away from a lot of the isolated vitamins and minerals unless absolutely necessary.
So that is the conclusion of this episode. Hopefully you receive value from it. The show notes page for this episode is lifestrengthandhealth.com/312. That's lifestrengthandhealth.com/312. There we will list the link for Wellevate so you can sign up for your free account, and all accounts will receive 10% off on their orders. And you can also learn about our wellness center, Life Strength and Health, and how we help people to improve and optimize your health naturally. And we do that by focusing on digestive system imbalances and detoxification. So thank you for listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. And until next time, live healthier.
Yes, live healthy, everyone. Peace and blessings.